Did my presentation on The Soul Selects Her Own Society by Emily Dickinson. And as you guys all probably know, she was very antisocial and reclusive and probably an agoraphobe. And that's probably what The Soul Selects Her Own Society is about, in my opinion. And I think that she wrote it as like a means of justification for being that way. Just for herself, because she didn't really want anybody to see any of her work. In the first stanza, the soul selects her own society, then shuts the door to her divine majority, present no more. She states that she doesn't care for society, and she wants to decide for herself what she is to be a part of, and she would prefer to select her own society, a society of only herself, society within herself. And then to her divine majority, present no more. She cuts herself off from society and the majority, and the people are present no more to distract her.
Why do you think she used the word divine? What does divine usually
Divine,
mean?
righteous, true, and she uses that in an ironic way because she doesn't feel the same way about them as they do themselves. The second stanza, unmoved, she notes the chariots pausing at her low gate. Unmoved, an emperor be kneeling upon her mat. And she speaks of chariots at her low gate. The chariots are, of course, figurative, and they represent people trying to invade her home and get her to venture out into society again. And the low gate represents, her door or her house. And unmoved, she doesn't let them in. She's uses a lot of emphasis on the word unmoved because it occurs twice in this stanza. And she uses this twice to reiterate the fact that she does not care what other people think about her, and she doesn't care what they have to say about her isolation, to the point that even if an emperor were to be kneeling upon her mat, she still would not listen or let them in. She would prefer herself over the rest of society. And in the third stanza, for the first two stanzas, she is speaking of the soul and how it does all of those things. And then she states that she knows her, trying to bring the reader back to the fact that it isn't just any soul, it's her. She knows from experience all of these things. And she she decides to choose no more than one person to be in her life, one person from an ample nation, one person in the world, instead of being with other people. And she closes her mind to the rest of the world, which is the valves of her attention, and like stone representing a solid foundation and that stone doesn't move, it's going to break before it bends. And that's how she felt about the matter. And that's what I think the Soul Selects Her Own Society is about.
Good. Any other questions for Ian? You just want to click that same button, click turn on.